recommend this course to everybody. I think it's good for new agents like myself.
I wanted to learn the secret that all agents had, all successful agents had, and I got more than that.
Another day one. Monday, another day one. Start every single day as if it was your first day, and you'll be successful.
Signature!
Signature agents, and welcome to our Tuesday morning office meeting. For those of you who are not here, it's too bad because you missed Rachel's burritos, egg burritos for breakfast. So, lesson learned. Okay, so first of all, do we have any wants and needs? And if we do, we've had a few complaints that when you're talking in the audience, the people online can't hear you. So if you have a want or a need, could you please come up here? Nobody has a house they need to sell. Nobody needs to find something for their buyer immediately. Okay. Well, I guess glad everybody is good. Okay, we have some special guests today. We have John and Chris from Chicago Title in the audience. And then we also have Jeremy from Ticor Title, way in the back. Welcome. So here to meet all your title needs, you have three people sitting here just waiting to talk to you. So next up, our very own Shelley from Prosperity Lending.
I'm the hype woman. Hey everyone, happy Tuesday.
What is that? Oh, is that the microphone?
This is the puck.
Oh.
Follow the puck. Everybody play hockey, you got to follow the puck.
She's such a hockey girl. Everything's a puck.
All right, so this morning I want to share with you a couple of things. Number one being interest rates. Where do you guys think rates are at today?
6.5.
Oh, very close, Roya.
Really?
Yes. We have dipped below the 7%. Exciting. How many of you guys think that rates are going to go lower than that?
I pray.
How many of you think they're going to stay the same or go higher? Really? All right, what will we do if rates dip below 6.5%? For those of you who think that rates are going to go down.
What do we do?
What are we going to do?
We're going to keep going till they get our buyers off the wall.
What are we going to do if rates stay the same, Tom?
Work.
Work. All right. So I just wanted to share with you where the rates are at today. Also, some news regarding interest rates is, remember 2 months ago, I think I talked about the new adjusters for interest rates that were coming out as far as like higher FICO score, higher DTI. So those rates and the adjusters are actually there. So if you haven't already heard that from your lender or from us, that's there. The one thing that they have suspended is the debt to income ratio. So they were going to be doing an adjuster of 3/8, which is almost like an eighth of a percent on interest rate if your clients exceeded 40% debt to income ratio, which for all of our buyers, 40%, our clients are like 70%, not 70% debt to income ratio. 70% of our clients have over 40% debt to income ratio. So by them eliminating this, this will actually still allow them to continue to get up to that 50% max debt to income ratio on that. Any questions on that?
So repeat that again. We're allowing people to go further in debt of their monthly
They've
income.
already been there. They were already there. They were just at Fannie Mae and Freddie were looking to cut that back, drop it from an opportunity of not opportunity, a potential 50% back end debt to income ratio down to 40%. But they've put that on hold because they don't want anybody to panic, like Tom, that they may not be able to qualify. This actually just helps our clients still continue to qualify for our mortgages without increasing the interest rate or cost for them. Does that make sense? Everybody good with that? Okay. Couple other things I wanted to share with you. We do have an investor. How many of you guys are doing a lot of transactions right now with seller contributions? Yes, seeing a lot of seller contributions in there? So we do have an investor that is allowing us to max out our seller contribution with our lender credit. So as an example, for our conventional financing, if you're putting 9 to 3% down, so below, above 90%, yeah, that would be a max seller contribution of 3%. Your client is putting 20% to 20 to 10% down. That would actually be a max of 6% seller contribution. And if they put 25% down with conventional financing, that is 9% seller contribution. You can actually piggyback that with a lender credit. So meaning that if you're capped at a 3% seller contribution, us as a lender can contribute in addition to that. It doesn't max that out with one of our investors. So if you have a situation where a client is needing to maximize whether it's buy down of interest rate or they're utilizing that 2-1 buy down, this would be a great opportunity to do that in addition to providing some lender credit. Any questions on that? Okay, I wanted to share with you a new program that we have out there. We've always done construction loans, but we have actually brought this in-house. And so I've done a few construction loans, which is literally having our clients build the property on their land. This, as long as they can qualify for a traditional FHA, conventional VA loan, we can actually accommodate them in building that property. They do have to have their land, but we can help them with the construction financing, and we do have financing for land. So it is something that I'm starting to get more inquiries on is, can I build Pahrump, out of Mesquite, all these different areas, even here locally with the spot lands that they, or spot areas that they have. So just know that we have this, and in the industry, this is pretty competitive to what I've seen, and I've been doing the construction loans for a while. So
This is just residential, though, not commercial.
it is, yeah, just residential. Great question. Any questions at all for me? Okay, if I don't see a happy Easter for everybody and happy spring.
Okay, thank you, Shelley, and I'm going to move her pup here. And I'm just going to do a few little stuff from Janet before we bring up our main program. So evidently my whining and complaining and posting on Agents of Signature Facebook page actually did some good, because I'm proud to announce that we have 8 teams for bowling on Friday, this Friday. Yay, thank you all who stepped up to the plate, and it wasn't Brandon. So, sorry, couldn't resist that. Wear your red signature t-shirt. It's at Sunset Station. Bowling starts promptly at 9. So you need to get there in time to find your shoes, find your lane, find your ball, check in, all of that good stuff. 9 o'clock Friday at Sunset Station. Now, if you're not signed up to bowl, there are a lot of people who said, I'm not bowling, but I'm going to come drink. So you're welcome to come drink at Sunset Station at 9 o'clock if you want, and just cheer our team on. So other things that are happening today in this room at 11, if you're new to Signature, we have new agent orientation at 11 o'clock. I already talked about bowling on Friday. Now, there was a glitch with Boomtown. Some of you got the newsletter, some of you did not. We have a phone call in, Beta's working on it. But in the newsletter, I did put that there was an open house Friday afternoon at the downtown office. That has been postponed. So if you show up, you may be there all by yourself. No open house at the downtown office. Saturday, our big Spring in the Park. Do you want to say anything about it?
I wasn't planning on it.
Oh, all right. It's going to be
Everything I was going to do.
at the Mesa Park in Summerlin in the Vistas, and
10 to 12.
10 to 12. We're going to have Easter egg hunts. We have agents who have set up games and booths and excuse me, all kinds of activities for the kids from 10 to 12. There will be food trucks. There will be an ice cream truck. You can bring your own camera and get your kids' pictures taken with the Easter Bunny. This is a client appreciation event. If you need a flyer to send to your clients, you can find them on the Signature app is a copy of the flyer, and also on the Agents of Signature Facebook page. Now, we did ask agents for some donations. We need Easter baskets that we're gonna give away as prizes for the kids that find the golden eggs. Well, Sherry and I have been all over this town, and if you haven't been shopping for your kids for Easter, let me tell you, I am not artsy craftsy or talented in the least. They don't have pre-made Easter baskets anymore. You have to buy the basket, buy the grass, buy the plastic wrap, buy whatever goes in it. We've been to numerous Targets, numerous Walmarts, numerous dollar stores. There are no pre-made Easter baskets. So if you're talented and you can put together an Easter basket, please bring it to the Spanish Ridge office on Friday so we can have those on Saturday as gifts for the kids. Also, believe it or not, it's actually going to be in the 80s on Saturday. We need donations of cases of water. So if you can donate a case of water, please bring it here by Friday. Any question on our Spring in the Park event? Okay,
It's a client appreciation. Make sure.
I did say client, it's client appreciation. Invite your clients, one more touch with your clients. Tell them to bring their kids, get pictures taken with the Easter Bunny. Monday, the 10th of April through the 15th, if you are a new agent licensed less than a year and you need post licensing, we'll be offering post licensing. It's free to signature agents and it will be via Zoom. So you must register with Lois. Anything else on education, Lois?
I've got CE class tomorrow. Can you hear me? CE class tomorrow. I'm sorry. Tomorrow from 10 to 1 here. It's on agency. And then Tom has a class after that, right?
No, we're waiting until we get CE credits.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, so there will be a CE class tomorrow on agency right here in this room live. If you need it, please register online. So next Tuesday, the office meeting is going to be at Green Valley. Roya, did you want to tell us about that?
Sure, we're gonna do an office meeting on Inspirata. We're gonna have a guest speaker, and then we're also gonna do a legislative update. And of course, we'll do any kind of needs and wants you have. So it's a nice way to kind of talk a little bit into a different, the Green Valley location too, and come down and visit us too. So get a little tour of the office if you haven't been there before.
Okay, thank you, Roya. Okay, next up is something that Signature's been working on behind the scenes. What? Oh, Lord, I got it written right here, Lisa. So we have a special guest, Lisa Waldeck. Now, a lot of you know Lisa as a licensed real estate agent, which that's going on hold. But if you've been around a long time, you know Lisa as the Western Regional Manager for a home warranty company. And I must say she was probably the best in town at taking care of the agents and their clients. And I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I would call Lisa and I'd say, Lisa, I'm on my way to title. I forgot to order the home warranty. Can you take care of it? And by the time I got to title and we were sitting down for signing, everything was there and it was on the paperwork. So she always took excellent care of us. So there's a new home warranty company coming to town, and Lisa is going to be in charge of it. So you know the service will be phenomenal. So Lisa. Oh,
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Lisa Waldeck. I'm with Achosa Home Warranty. Achosa, everybody's asking, what does that mean? It means the ability to choose. One thing that we did, again, I came out of home warranty retirement for this company. I've been talking to them since December. I got really excited. They allow the homeowners to choose their own vendor. There is no vendor management network, so they don't dispatch out, so the homeowner can choose their own vendor. The other big differentiating factor is when the vendor comes out to the house, they still call in to give diagnosis. The home warranty company gives them permission to make the repair. As soon as the repair is made, we're paying the vendor while they're still at the house. They're not waiting 21 or 30 days to get paid. So it's kind of a big deal for them. I think the quality of vendors, the homeowner gets to choose somebody that they might know. So it's really exciting. I've given everybody a brochure here, and I kind of highlighted the coverage that I'm recommending on the back, just so if you have any questions. I'll take business cards from you guys. I'm going to stick around afterwards. I can create an online personalized portal for you, so you have your own portal. You can then you get copies of invoices right there as you generate them, get emailed to the title company. If you're putting seller coverage on, you can put the seller's email. That's really nice because then the seller gets a copy of the policy. It's free coverage for the sellers. Most of the time they don't know it if you do put free coverage on there, so that way they automatically get an email with that coverage, because some things do go wrong during that listing period, and if they're reminded, they can use that. Makes you guys kind of look like a rock star. You can go in there, you can modify seller coverage to buyer coverage. It's really, really nice. A couple of the different things, again, we pay the same day. I know, be quiet. So refrigerator, washer, dryer, and roof leak coverage is included in all of our policies. So it's not an add-on, not an option. And the other thing is, what we're trying to do is we're trying to have a customer claims experience that creates happy clients. Our call center is in Bogota, Colombia. We have less than a 10-second hold time. So when they call in to file a claim, they're not sitting on hold. They're not having to push options. They're not having to scream into the phone to give an option number, all those nightmare things. The other thing, whenever the homeowner calls in to file a claim, we want to be transparent and set realistic expectations. We go over with them their coverage, so there's no surprises when the technician gets to their house. We want them to know what's covered, what's not covered, so when that technician comes out, everybody understands what's going on. The other nice thing is because we allow them the power to choose and we will cover those items, the way the home warranty has always worked in the past, vendors get kind of squeezed by home warranty companies. Vendors don't like home warranty companies, if we're being honest. They're told to keep claims to a minimum. If they keep claims to a minimum, then they get more dispatches. They get more service calls dispatched to them. The problem with that is vendors don't make a ton of money off home warranty companies, and that's where they start upselling the homeowner, adding for permits, adding for removal and disposal. And that's where they get angry, and that's where you start getting those phone calls. We're trying to eliminate that, trying to create that client experience to make it happy. We want them to use the warranty. So, and the other thing that I've kind of print out is our NPS score. I mean, we've got a 74 NPS score, and that's a customer service, a client service survey that they do, and it compares it to Starbucks, all the different companies like that too. So I'm here to answer any questions for you guys. Would love the opportunity to work with you, work with some of you for the first time, some of you again. I wouldn't have come out of home warranty retirement after 8 years. If I really didn't believe in the product, I got excited as you can get about home warranty. So any questions?
How old is this company?
5 years old. The owners of the company worked for a previous home warranty company for over 10 years. So they came with the experience. They came with what everybody has always asked for. Let us choose our own vendor. The other thing too, when we do that, we pay retail rates. We're not paying costs. We're not paying that cost, for the item. We're paying the retail rates. And the other nice thing is that means we get to keep things local. So they can source their own local parts. It's not like the traditional home warranty where corporate orders a part from their big box companies. Then 2 weeks later, the vendor gets the part. Then they have to reschedule the appointment with the homeowner to make the repair. So if they can get the part the same day here locally, they're going to make that repair the same day.
Yeah, we have to give free options, so glad you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'll stick around if you guys have any questions. Like I said, I'll take your cards. I can create send you a link to your online portal, so it's a personalized portal for you. All you have to do is go in and create a password, and I look forward to working with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Okay, so now there's something that the company has been working on kind of behind the scenes for a long time, and you're going to be very pleasantly surprised this morning at what we have for you. And so I'm going to bring up Brandon Roberts, our owner and corporate broker, and he will tell you all about it.
No pressure now. No pressure at all. So I hope you guys like it. So today, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but we've over the past, 7, 8 months, we've really built out our marketing team. So we've hired Natalie Parsley, who's come on and she's doing graphics and stuff like that. And we've brought on Devin Sheffield also to come on with beta and stuff to continue to upgrade our our video, our YouTube channel, and all our social media presence. And so today I'm going to bring up Devin Sheffield and Natalie Carson. We're going to ask them some questions. And we're going to roll out some of the stuff that we've been working on that is now going to trickle down to you guys for you guys to be able to use. And but first, Lisa, welcome back to the home warranty industry. We really did miss you, and I'm glad you're back in it. And everything that you laid out are all frustrations with the home warranty company. So I hope they're around for a long time because they can save us a lot of headache with our clients. So thank you. And thank you, Chicago and Tycor, for your support, and as always, Prosperity Lending. Thank you. All right, so we're going to get started. We wrote out some questions, so I didn't stop them, or so I could keep up with them, maybe. So Devin comes to us via LVR. As I was president of Las Vegas Realtors, this was my parting gift. They didn't give them to me, but I snatched them out of there. So all this, the market updates and stuff like that, he shot. He did their YouTube channel. He did a lot of that stuff. So we were blessed to have him come along. And then Natalie, when we acquired Pete's office up in the north, we got her. And so I couldn't be more pleasantly surprised with the work she does, the quality she does, and taking kind of the vision to that next level. So when we created Signature, our goal was to create a high-end lifestyle brand, right? And I don't have a marketing background, so that was never my forte. I can train agents to prospect, aggressive prospecting. And so it was nice to have some people on that could come and I could say what I wanted and they could just make it to fruition. Also, I don't know if Sarah's here. Sarah Lunsford works with this group as well. She kind of holds it all together. I put Sarah in charge of redesigning our website when she came aboard. And this is our new website, signaturenevada.com. Go there, check it out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the better image it provides for us as we're marketing to our clients. There's a place on there that says find an agent. Every one of you have a web page on there. You'll go there today and you'll find that most of you don't have your photo or your bio up. Okay? And so we need your photos and your bios and stuff so that we can update this. Eventually when we get this done, we'll give you access to the back end where you'll be able to log in to order signs and all that other stuff, and maybe even manage your bio. But right now we're doing it to make sure all the photos and everything meet what we want it to look like. So what you'll do is in the app, the Signature app, you'll look for Sarah Lunsford and you'll send her your headshot that you want if you're not already up there. If you are and your bio's not up there, send her. Make sense? Okay. And so when we get started here, I mean, I've kind of introduced these people, but I'd like you to understand or us to get to know them a little bit better. So Natalie, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience and why you got into marketing?
Yeah, absolutely. I graduated from the University of North Texas in 2021 with my bachelor's in marketing. I also minored in advertising and journalism, so I have a pretty well-rounded scope of social media and just how to really build your brand up. I've always loved social media. I grew up with it, so I just knew it was fun. It was something I was always passionate about, as well as graphic design, which is kind of what I've also entered into as well working here. So that's what I went with for school, and I interned for Pete. That's how I kind of got into real estate, and I really liked working for social media and real estate. There's so much you can do, and I never realized that before, but like it's possibilities are endless with real estate and your social media. You can really build up your brand, really build up your own company and your own clients. And I mean, yeah, so I'm excited for all the stuff that we're doing here and excited to kind of be working with everyone. And yeah.
Perfect. And she just got a new dog.
Yes, I did. He's a golden retriever. He's 4 months old, and he is a big fluff ball, and his name is Brinkley. So. Yes.
You're joining the dog world.
I've officially joined the dog world. I finally get it. I get the dog, the dog mom.
Okay, Devin, how about you? What brought you this way?
Well, Brandon did.
I mean, he's got way more experience before he met me, so.
Well, yeah, I did have a really good time working with Brandon over the last couple of years, and Tom. I got to work, and Janet. I got to work, and Tyson. So yeah, I got to work with a bunch of people that work here, and it became pretty obvious that this is the place that I wanted to be. But I was having a good time completely revamping LVR's social media and doing their YouTube channel. So if you go check out their YouTube channel right now, it still kind of looks like it did when I left it, and I think I left it in a pretty good spot. I really enjoyed making commercials for them. There's a commercial spot that you probably see if you search real estate on YouTube. It's the LVR commercial that pops up every time. That's me. It's got like 7 million views. I'm pretty proud of that one. But further back, yeah, I have had over 20 YouTube channels, some successful, some outright failures. Yeah, I mean, I grew up with social media, obviously, but I started with MySpace, right? So we just come from little different time frames. But I thought from the very beginning, it's all started with photos and stuff, but I knew from the get-go that video is where that it was going to go, and that's what I wanted to be involved in. And so, I mean, I started with a camera in my hand shooting ski videos when I was 17 years old, and here we are now. So, a lot of potential for video marketing in the real estate industry, and so I think this is a really good place for me to be in order to help everybody here make their brand even better by incorporating video.
Very good.
And
You
I have a
also
dog.
got a new dog not too long ago.
Yeah.
Tell us about your dog.
He's a Cane Corso.
Big dog.
He's an Italian Mastiff. Yeah, he's 8 months old right now, and he's 85 pounds. Yahoo! Yeah, so he's going. He's gonna go to 110 easy, I think. So lots of training, so he doesn't jump on grandma. And we've got him really dialed already. He's got his AKC and his puppy level 1 and 2. So
Good deal. So lots of time and commitment there, not only to marketing, but to their furry ones too. So, all right. So one thing I've noticed in real estate, social media wise, is a lot of people post a lot of different things. I think sometimes they post a lot more personal stuff than they maybe should. Sometimes they post things like sold the home in an hour, which makes our job look too easy. But what are some of the mistakes that you guys see that happens in social media?
So what I typically see like happen in social media for real estate is, like he said, there's a little too much of a mix between, I do think as long as you have a balance between your personal and your professional posts, then you can make it work. I, always recommend, keeping it as professional as possible, as well as, being intentional with what you're posting as well, especially when it comes to your business related posts. Really focus on, it's for me, quality over quantity applies heavy on social media. Don't just put anything and everything out there. Really take the time, make sure it looks good. It's going to take extra effort, but really put the time and energy and effort and thought into what you're putting out there and you're posting to really build your brand. You want everything to look cohesive and not all scattered. And when people go to your social media page, the first thing they look at is like the overall aesthetic of how it looks. So if it's messy and cluttered and you kind of just have random things everywhere, if you have a nice, clean, templated social media like presence and professional, but also like inviting and friendly, then I feel like you'll see a difference in your activity on social media, your shares, your likes, and even people visiting your website or contacting you for their real estate needs. So definitely say that.
I 100% agree with Natalie. And so I think the biggest mistake that people make when they start their social media, and I think Instagram is a good place to start, is not having a plan. So have a plan, have a look, have an aesthetic picked out that you're going to roll with before you ever start. And that way you can be consistent and have that look that you're looking for. And also, I think my biggest gripe with agent videos is that you're not in them. Personal stuff aside, I do want to see the house that you're showing, but the house isn't the brand. You're the brand. And I know that it can be uncomfortable to be on film and to make yourself that. But I promise you, the more that you do it, the more that you get into it, the easier it'll become. People want to see you. They want to see what you're all about.
Yeah.
So we're bombarded. I'm bombarded. It turns me totally off to do anything on social media because every agent I know that I'm friends with is doing their thing. So what would you suggest to go a little out of the box, a little bit more unique, a little bit so we don't look like all the other agents doing their walking through a open house or, pardon me?
Get rid of your friends. So you won't see
Okay, so
anything unique and different, so we stick out a little bit.
we get bombarded a lot. I think it's important to make informative content. When I go online, especially when I go on YouTube, I'm looking for information, generally speaking. Sure, you've got a great property and a listing, but maybe something happened at that property with the water system or the electrical that you had to deal with. I'm way more interested in that.
Like new AC or something.
New AC, perfect. Give me a story. Give me something that I can chew into, right? Let's make content that's engaging and that people want to be interested in. And that way, you're not just throwing stuff at them constantly, like, hey, buy my house, buy my house, buy my house.
The bathroom, and it's all boring. It gets boring, and I'm an agent. I mean, if I was a buyer, how many of those can you keep looking at? Who are we really attracting? But you're right, it's so sweet.
Yeah. Other ways, you can ask questions in your posts. There's ways you can create polls. Get engaged with your audience. Figure out ways to get engaged with the audience. Do contests. Put stuff with your name and your number and the signature logo on it, and have people be able to win it, right? Whoever answers this thing right? Let's figure out ways to get your audience involved in what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, I think he pretty much covered it. Trying to get people to actively engage with your posts, even if it's on your stories. Put polls on there. Polls they're super easy to add. Instagram especially is very user friendly when it comes to that stuff. Even if it's just if you're posting a just listed on your Instagram story, you can have a little bar that, they do like a heart eye emoji and they slide it. Anything adds engagement, anything like that is beneficial. And it kind of goes back to what I said before, be very intentional and like quality over quantity. Really think about, okay, is this something that people are going to want to see? Does it look great? Because also if you're just putting a picture of the house without anything else that kind of differentiates it from what everyone else is doing, then it's just going to blend all together. But if you put something out there that looks unique and looks different, then people are going to take notice. Even if they're scrolling, they see 10 different realtors posts, but yours, you took the time and the effort and really made it look great, they're going to stop and notice yours. So that would be.
The other thing to remember is not everyone sees the same timeline you do, right? And so you're friending all these realtors, so you're seeing all this stuff, but hopefully your clients aren't friending all those same people. But that's that. The other thing is, what social media platform do you use?
Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
I don't use anything. I look at those.
You look at
I'm
those.
not really posting at all.
Okay.
And that also, what Brandon was saying, it depends on your algorithm too. So since you are a realtor and you do post those and you friend a lot of realtors, let's say here at Signature, but the average client, they maybe follow 1 or 2 realtors. So they aren't seeing as many as you're seeing.
I think it's an important point that you make, though, because you are seeing a lot of content, and so you need to be a judge. You need to gauge what is good content, right? And obviously, you think some of it isn't very good. So try not to replicate that. Try to replicate the stuff that you think is good.
But the difference is you got to start putting something out there.
Oh, I know.
Right? So many of us are
And I
just
use
drive-by likers, so to speak. We just scan the things all the time. We've got to put ourselves out there. So in that, what advice would you give an agent just starting out on social media with limited resources and a budget?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you don't have like a budget to put into social media, especially right at the start, you don't have to. I mean, social media is free to use. The only thing you really pay for is if you really want to boost your posts on Facebook and create like paid ads to reach a larger audience. But if you really put in the time and effort and just you start posting and be consistent with it, make a plan, make a monthly calendar even, or weekly if that's easier to follow. So if you know I have listings, coming out on Friday or Sunday, on Facebook, you can plan those out. You can just set them on there and they'll go out. That's the biggest thing I would say starting out is just getting in the habit of being consistent. Also, you probably already have some sort of social media presence with your own friends and family. Go on there and take the time and almost like cold calling, but like go out there, look through their like who they follow, if they have similar interests, and just follow. You have a 50-50 chance really of them following you back or not. So, and if you get that follow back, then that's an extra person that's going to see your stuff. So go through, find, past clients of yours, and like if they live you can go through and click people's profiles and see if they also live in Vegas. Give them a follow, or anything like that. Start liking their posts, start engaging with other people. I think that's the best way you can really start building up your profile if you don't have a budget going forward. And then eventually, as you build up your following and everything, and you can build a budget, then you can start putting that money towards boosting it. And you can reach thousands of people rather than a few hundred. But really just start it slow, but just be consistent with it.
Mentioned that social media is free right now. We've always heard social media is, you should take advantage of it. Now, well, it's free. But have you guys looked into the whole Meta Verified? I know I'm Twitter verified because I use it for everything I do crypto-wise. But when it comes to like the Meta Verified, do you see that being as a benefit for people to get their posts pushed up, to get their comments there?
I 100% do. I think if anyone, when you see that verified check mark, they immediately think that you are something special. You know what I mean? It's just like what goes in your head because you think celebrities for the longest time were the only ones really getting the verified check marks. But then as you get a following, you can get that check mark and you apply for it. And I definitely think it makes a difference because when people see that, they think a little more of like you're legit. That's like what goes in your mind. That's what goes through my mind. If I am following someone, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the real deal. So verified check marks are very beneficial. Like they're a little thing, but they do make a difference 100%. So
I mean, that's what we're doing online a lot of the time is building credibility, right? So every little thing that you can do to help yourself build credibility, you should absolutely do it. And you have that check mark, and people know that you went out of your way to get that. It was something extra that you did. So absolutely 100% get that. Definitely.
Anyone else? So do you have any advice for someone starting out?
Yeah, like Natalie said, consistency is key. Having a plan, like I talked about earlier, I think starting with a plan is a good place to start. And do that first video. I know it's so hard but once you do the first one, then they start to tumble down. Really, one of the hardest things you can do is make the first one. So just get out there and make that first one, and then start creating. And you're gonna learn. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, right? Video's tough, but just keep going, and you're gonna get better at it all the time. Yes.
Is there any way like you can think of that you can use the algorithm to your advantage to reach like more new users, like maybe like a formatting thing or anything
So
like that?
repeat the question.
Okay, so because the question is how to use the algorithm
To your advantage.
to find new users, people that don't know you.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me personally, so a great way to do that is if you have an Instagram or Facebook and your account is a business page. If you go on your dashboard, you can see what your overall reach is, what your demographic is, like gender, age, and also what times your posts are being seen and and what times of the day your page is being visited most often. So I would say if you use that and target it and say, okay, most people are coming to see my page at, from 2 to 5 p.m., then that's when I'm going to make my post. And you'll see, and it'll show you on there, like what your reach was from your followers and like non-followers as well. So and it also shows what times your non-followers, like your page is reaching them as well. So really utilize all of those, like all that data that they're just giving you that most people probably don't even know it's there. It's all laid out for you. Even for our social media pages, we have a certain time period that I have learned that since we started posting. I think ours is from 1 to 4 p.m. is our best time. That's when people are seeing our page and are seeing our posts. So that's now, like, we're starting to plan out our posts in that time frame. And our reach has gone up in the last 30 days by 70%. So if you just have to use that data and use it towards your advantage. And that's how you're going to reach other people. But like I said, going with people who already follow you, reach out to them, follow them. You most likely, if they see that you're or like that someone they know is following you, you're more likely to get a follow back. And that's how you're going to reach other people. Like, really try and get your following up by reaching out to other people. It's the same thing, in my opinion, to cold calling. So that's what I would do. But definitely use, and if you have other questions about how to see the data on Instagram and Facebook, we can always go into that like another time or after. But I can show how you guys can see that information.
So Devin, how would you do that using YouTube, like getting more engagement on your YouTube channel?
Right. So, like I said, start with a plan. We're going to have a strategy, right? And once we're implementing that strategy, now we're using the analytics. YouTube's the same way. It has a ton of analytics and ways for you to see your metrics. So once our strategy is in place, now we can tweak it based on the information that we're getting from our analytics, right? But yeah, back to the strategy really quick. Like, when you're starting out, right, you're saying you want to have other people that you aren't in your circle see your stuff, right? Well, the way you're going to get more engagement from the algorithm is by creating good content, right, that people want to watch. And then the algorithm's like, hey, people are watching this a lot. I'm going to share it to people that aren't in your circle, right? And so this all comes back to strategy. And personally, right now, just simplified strategy that I'm using is we'll take long form content like this right now that we're streaming, and then we'll break it down into smaller content, and then we'll break that down into shorts, into reels. And shorts and reels are king right now. That is where the algorithm is wide open because everybody wants to be TikTok, right? Everybody's seeing the power of short videos. I forget what the statistics are, but it's staggering. People would rather watch a 60-second video way more than your 8-minute video or your 20-minute podcast, right? So what we're trying to do is create engaging shorts to get people to come back to our content. And then in our content, we're trying to create a call to action so that we can get them to our website so we can sell them a home.
Denise.
Okay, I'm probably going to explain this completely wrong because I'm not real tech savvy because I pay somebody to do mine. But in order to do, I'm told on Instagram, like when you do your video, in order to get the captions, you have to take it out to a third party to actually put the captions in and then bring it back in and it affects.
So that is not true anymore. So the question was, do you need a third party to add captions to your shorts? And you used to, right?
You used to have to do that.
But now, if you go into your Instagram and you're in stories or reel, right?
Mhm.
You go to your stickers, and there's a CC sticker right there. You just pull it down, bam, it'll say processing, boom. It gives you really awesome, and then you can change how it looks and everything. Yeah.
So how can the agents and the company work together to get more engagement?
So we really want to start putting an emphasis, if you you share, like, tagging us and hashtagging us, and we do the same. We can really start working together, like Signature as a brand and then you as your own brand, to really just start promoting Signature and yourself. And I think use those hashtags. Use hashtag Signature Real Estate, Signature Life, Signature Proud, anything, and tag us in your posts, and we can do the same. We can start sharing. Like, if you start tagging us, we can start sharing your stuff on our stories. We can go on and like your posts, and the more likes you get, the more engagement you're gonna get. The more your posts are gonna get shared in the algorithm to other people. And then, really just using the events we have, like our Spring in the Park. When you come to those, really use those as like like that is so great for content, especially for you. It's a client appreciation. So go there, take the videos, put that out there. People are going to see that you are, you know, actively engaging with your clients and you're doing things for them. And that's how I think we can kind of work together. But definitely start using like the signature name in your hashtags and tagging us. And, you know, I think we can really start working together to help boost you guys and you can help boost us. So
Yeah, and I think if you've been watching the social media the past few months, Natalie's been checking it every day and she's sharing all of your stuff, and we're turning that into reels, and I'm resharing that on the YouTube.
yeah,
So
Stephanie's been doing a great job. Yeah,
Stephanie.
she's been tagging us in everything she has been posting and her stories and her post, like everything, and it's been really easy for us to just grab her stuff and put it up there. And so I mean, I'm sure not everything is gonna make it to our story. We would have like 800 stories a day, but if you have something really nice out there, good quality content, and you want to tag us in there, we are more than happy to really help you guys out and start sharing that to all of our followers and all of like whoever we have engagement from. So
And by tagging us, it makes it easier for us to find your content.
yes.
So, I mean, if you're not seeing your stuff up there and you're never tagging us, we may not ever be seeing it because of whatever the algorithms and stuff are. How do you guys keep up with the constantly evolving trends and features of social media platforms and incorporate them into your strategy? I know, I mean, we've gone from MySpace, like you said.
Yeah.
Some of you may not even know what that is. But, and you know, you've got TikTok, you got Instagram, you got YouTube, you got all these platforms.
So for really keeping up with the changing tides in social media, it's always going to be changing. But you really like, and that's another thing, you yourself have to be engaged and constantly on social media to see what is changing and evolving. Like he mentioned, the reels are so big right now because of TikTok. And you see them, I see them on Facebook, I see them on Instagram, I see them everywhere. The short videos, the informational videos, stories are big, engagement on stories, using those polls, using the questionnaires. You can go on your story, and if you're just looking just for extra engagement, post something and put, oh, you know, what is your, like, what do you prefer for spring, your garden? I don't know, it just depends. And you can put A, B, C, D, and people can check that out. But the only way to really stay up to date is to be active on social media yourself so that you can see what the new trends are, what is starting to pop up, what you're seeing more. Whatever you're seeing on your feed is what's trending right now. So really take that into account and just stay as active as possible. And if you don't have a TikTok, I don't know if that's your thing, you can make one, but it's easy to use. But if you feel more comfortable staying on like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, just do your best to stay on top of it and see whatever, like I said again, whatever you're seeing on there is what's trending. So really, as long as you're staying on there watching what is on your feed, then you should be good to go with keeping up.
Yeah.
A what?
No, I don't know.
So I guess it's only on my feed. It's like my phone on Instagram. There's
No, but you say that, and my dog stuff on my Instagram is crushing it right now. Yeah, I got 5K likes just walking my dog in Lowe's the other day. So find what works. Get out there. You know, I start with Instagram is a good place to start. Instagram connects to your Facebook, so everything that you post on Instagram now goes on your Facebook. That's a really good place to start, right? And then see what you like. Like you were talking about earlier about how there's content out there that you don't like, but there must be stuff that you do. And I think it's okay to emulate that. That's what we're all doing is we're all figuring out what works and what we like and copy that and then put it out there and then see if that works. And if it does work, make something like it again. Repeat. And to stay ahead of the curve on trends that are coming up, be involved. Be involved in the platforms that you're on. You can go on YouTube right now and type in changing social media, whatever, and it's going to pop up 10 videos about where social media is going in the future. So I get a lot of my information from YouTube, partially because I spend all day, every day on YouTube. I made a reel at 7:30 this morning. Like when I woke up in bed, I'm involved with the YouTube, right? I think it's an important thing to do. And also, you can take classes. There's lots of classes online that you can get into to stay ahead. And yeah, that's my advice.
So do you think it's highly edited videos or just straight, true, cold?
For me, I think it's like it's a mix between the two. Keep it like organic, you know what I mean, organic and yourself, but also, take the time. I mean, if you're posting something on a story, if you're just at a house and you're, you know what I mean, filming yourself at that listing and do it, you know what I mean, doing some quick little points or, advice. If you see something and you want to give quick advice about that, put it out there. If you're putting something on your actual feed, I would take the time, edit, like, take the time and make it, like, edit it, put your name, like, you can edit, like, your name on there. There's so many different video editing, like, systems out there now that's so easy to use. Like, if you want to use Canva, you can edit videos on there and you can add graphics onto it. So it's kind of a mix. I would say stories, much more organic, much more natural, just in the moment posting. But on your feed, maybe take the time and do a little more editing. But your videos are more.
It depends on where you're posting, right? Like, say you do have a TikTok. I think you see corporations are using TikTok as a fun place, right? It's somewhere where we can kind of let loose. And whereas my Instagram feed, like the posts that I'm posting, need to be a little bit more serious. Need to be touched up and edited, look professional, right? But yeah, like Natalie said, the stories and the reels, I think that can be more organic. Let your personality come through. We just got to feel it out.
Okay, what kind of tools are you using for YouTube to help you get to where you need to get on YouTube? Your engagement, all that stuff. Is there anything you can purchase outside of just posting on YouTube, or is it just?
Yeah, audio. I feel like audio is really important. I think hopefully you can all agree to me. If the audio is terrible, Tom.
Yeah, the video sucks.
Video sucks. Buy a mic. Go on Amazon right now. You can get a Bluetooth mic that plugs into your cell phone for like $40. It's a black rabbit hole that you can jump down in the video world, and you can shove a lot of money into it. So I think you should start small. Get a microphone. Get a camera with a decent picture on it. Start small, right? And then it's kind of a process that you work into, and you may find that works for you, and that's all you're ever going to need. And then if you're really nerdy like me, you can get super deep, and you can get all the cameras and the equipment and the cords, and the Ecamm Live, and you can hang out with me and Brandon, and we can talk about border widths and stuff. But it just depends on how.
All in video business now.
And that's a good point, right? So it's about having a strategy and having systems in place to be able to do it. And it may get to a point where you're like Denise and you're hiring somebody to do some stuff, or you're paying somebody to do some video clips and stuff for you. That's all good, but you have to have a strategy before you go down that road. And really, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get started. And the first thing you work on is getting comfortable behind the camera and getting comfortable posting and putting yourself out there and not worrying about being judged because of it and growing from it, because you'll just get better and better. And if you do tag us in it and stuff, these guys will see it and they will give you pointers. If hey, adjust this or do that, or hey, maybe a little bit less of this content, maybe a little bit more of this.
I think it's like a lot of things that you do. You're gonna get involved, and at some point you gotta delegate. I just talked to one of our agents up in Utah, and he's making a lot of really good content. But he's also got to cold call and do other things, So he has the time to shoot himself and put together good packages, but he's got to go out and get an editor on the side to get stuff done. So don't be afraid to find good people to help you. You don't want your videos to run over each other. 3-day rule for me on YouTube. I think you'll notice that our shorts never come out between that time, right? So I think every 3 to 4 days you have a short come out. That's good. I'll have a regular video maybe come out in between that time, because I'm trying to get shorts to drive traffic to like a solid video on YouTube. On Instagram, it's different. So me personally, on my I have a couple different Instagram accounts, and on one of them, it's just if I make it, it goes, and I post it, and I post the reel, and I post the post. A lot of that may be due to the fact that I don't have time, but I'm making good content, and so I'm getting results. And I noticed that my reels that I posted a month or two ago are starting to build now, and they're going from like 3,000 to 4,000, maybe slower than they were initially. They got that hot pop, but because I'm posting so much quality content, that it's starting to grow, and so and that's what we're trying to do on ours as well. So.
Okay, so marketing is so much more than just online. You know, in the old days when we first got our licenses, went out there and you ran ads in the newspaper and you put ads in the Homes Illustrated and you put the signs up and you had flyers and you had all this stuff to help generate traffic. And then what happened is it became free to post online, so you didn't have to run these ads. And so we've all gone there. So Natalie, what is the importance of maybe print material?
So I think print material is definitely still super relevant, I have found. When I first came into real estate, I kind of was like, why would you even send out postcards? Why would you even send out flyers when everyone, but it actually does make a difference. When people get a nice, like, quality, postcard in the mail, or if you're going around and you're putting, like, what do you call them, door knockers? Yeah, door hangers or anything like that, and they get that and they see it and they can see that you're putting in the extra time, the effort, and not everybody is on social media. Not everyone has a big has social media or is barely on it. Maybe they check Facebook occasionally. So if they're not doing that, how are they going to see your stuff? So it's important to have a balance of social media for those who are on and print for those who are not. You want to make sure you have as big of a reach as possible. You have to take in the extra effort. I wouldn't just do one or the other. You need to have a good balance. And so someone that's not on social media, they're not seeing your just listed post. They're not seeing that you just you have an open house coming up or anything like that. But if they have a flyer like on their door, or if they have a door hanger that gets put on there and they check their door and they say, oh, well, I mean, I'm starting to look, obviously it's not going to be 100% always effective, but there's always that chance that you could get a client, you could get someone that is interested in your house, like in a house that you're selling, in a house that you're listing, or maybe wants to sell their house. If you do a just sold, they say, well, they just sold this house 10 grand over asking, that's amazing, and this was in my neighborhood, so I'll call them. So I think that's the importance of having a nice balance between the two.
Okay, so can you agree we got a good marketing team here, right? Now, here's the drawback. They're not here to do all the stuff for you guys individually. Like, we'd get overwhelmed, we couldn't do it. But what we are going to do is a few things. Number one, every month we're going to put together a marketing class that these two are going to teach. Well, 3 of them. Beta is 2. Beta is also could sit up here and talk about all this stuff just the same. He drew the short straw, so he's running the meeting.
Beta, how's the sound?
Yeah. All right. And so we're going to put on some marketing classes every month. And we'll rotate them through the offices so you guys can all get exposure. It won't be basic marketing. It'll be like taking things up. Like, yeah, we're not going to teach you how to post on Facebook and stuff like that. So it'll be a fair level of advancement. If it's over your head at that point, then we'll have to figure something out for a group, because we don't want to spend a lot of time. We want to advance you guys in doing it. The other thing we want to do is they're not available for custom stuff yet, but what we want to do is increase our print and our marketing brand when you're out there on your listing presentations and when you're actually marketing property. And as the market changes and homes sit more time on the market, we have to do something what's called seller satisfaction, which means we've got to do things to keep them happy and engaged. And they're always happier when nothing's happening but something's being done. And so one of the things I would recommend is postcards, flyers, and door hangers, different things like that. So what we've done is Natalie has really worked hard on it, Sarah, is some marketing packages, okay? And so when you take a listing, you can order these things. It'll come back maybe. You can order these things, not now. Go back here. can order these things and you're not even gonna see them because we're gonna get a Mac real soon. Albums? I haven't saved it anywhere.
On your seat, are you logged into?
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, so we're gonna do these packages, and you can see that it's a series of things that are all branded, right? They
Yeah.
work. Don't move.
Do you want me to start? Do you want me to kind of pass these around?
Yeah, you can pass those out too. Here's some samples of the work that she does. It's not gonna work. Anyway, people online should be able to see it because I think Beta's got it under control there and he can run that. But we have marketing packages. There's 4 different designs you can select from, and you can order them individually by just flyers or just postcards or anything like that. Or we'll have packages that you can order the stuff in combination. Maybe you want 2 or 3 of the things. One of the things that's also going to come with it is social media posts. So we'll create a social media post for you on your listing that you've just listed or an open house or just sold so that you guys can share that stuff as well. So watch for that. Hopefully we're going to have a website that you can just go to and place your order by Friday. And so that'll be coming out. What we'll need is really you guys will take the photos, you'll fill out the information you want on the flyer, and then Natalie will create. It's not a lot of editing. There's no custom stuff at this point. We've got to get this flowing and stuff like that. The turnaround on that is within 7 days. Okay, and a lot of that's going to depend on how many orders we're getting because we've got to pick them up at the printer and stuff. But we'll take care of it all from the point of you guys turn in what you want. She'll create the flyers and that, get final approval from you. We'll order the printing. We'll make sure the printing's ordered and delivered to the office of your choice. So that you guys, any questions on that? Okay. And the prices are really, really reasonable on that. The other thing that we're doing to utilize the video is we are looking for unique houses with stories, high-end homes, different things like that we can shoot. Okay. This is no charge to you guys at all, but it's kind of a selection basis. We're doing it to build our YouTube channel, but we're going to give you the shorts and we're going to give you the video also to be able to use in your own, and we're going to highlight you. We'll highlight you in the video as well. Does that make sense? You going? Okay, so if you have one that is of interest that you want to get shot, if you have one of interest that you want to get shot, then you would send Sarah Lunsford a message in the app, and she will work with Devin in that to get it scheduled. Okay? Any questions on that?
Yeah, you guys, you just send Sarah a text through the app. We're looking for, if you got a story, you know, if someone died there or if Elvis was there, those are really good. If the house has got a really cool feature, like it's a bunker 1,000 feet under the city or something, that would be fun, right? We're also looking for high-end condos, luxury properties, anything with a view that I would love to fly my drone around your property. And
What about new builds?
New builds.
In developed construction.
Sure. Maybe we could do something more of like an overall, you know, like a community. We're also looking to highlight different areas. So those videos you'll see coming out with Brandon. We'll be highlighting different areas around the valley and different things about Vegas that we really like. So, and this is all going to be a part of the signature luxury collection. And these are videos that we'll be posting on YouTube in order to build up our brand as a high-end real estate brokerage. So
yeah. Right, and if you have an idea on a video or something that would help in any way for branding and stuff like that, shoot me a message in the app as well. We'll discuss it and see if it's something that we want to shoot and put together. So, did you have something you wanted to say?
Not about this.
Okay. Any other questions for these guys? Tom?
Just one comment. It's so difficult to have a look, feel of what you're putting out there, right? And so many people have so much hodgepodge stuff that it's not automatically noticeable to you. Having this template that they put together provides you with that consistency that you'll need, because it may not be your piece that they've seen before, but it looks exactly like what you've just put out. Therefore, it builds that consistency brand that people are used to seeing. No different than what Zillow did, right? When they took all over example, an automatic look and feel and touch. And there's the 3 C's to marketing, right? There's consistency, there's content, and there's a call to action. So make sure you're hitting all 3 of those C's so that you do a great job marketing. You like that?
And I think these marketing pieces.
You should get up here.
And I'll leave you with this. I think these marketing pieces, along with the website, the videos, and everything, go along with a high-end luxury brand. And that's where we'd like us all to kind of head towards. Because when you go in to do a marketing presentation and everybody's doing good stuff, you stand out. It only takes 1 or 2 people to put out bad stuff to make everybody look bad. So with that, thank you guys for coming, and we look forward to working with you. And watch for the classes coming. Roya?
Sorry, real quick. So we have all this great marketing. We need prospects and people to put, in houses. And we are doing a very fun morning, April 19th at 8:30, where we're going to do a call out, where we're actually just doing like prospecting all morning. So you guys have asked for it. We're going to do it. It's going to be 8:30 at the Green Valley office. And we're going to just be dialing for dollars. And it's going to be super fun. So I want you guys all to let me know you're going to come. And let me know if you need a list or anything. Of course, I'll have you to get something together for you. But it's a really good opportunity for you guys to contact all of your prospects. It's going to be April 19th. Put it in your calendar. April 19th. April 19th. 8:30.
Misery is more enjoyable together.
Misery
with
loves
by yourself.
company.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.